Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you everyone who subscribed, who shared it with your families and friends, and who liked my videos. If you're new to computers, one of the most important things you need to understand is files and folders. Think of them like papers and folders in a filing cabinet. Once you understand this, using a computer becomes much easier. In this video, I'm going to show you what a file is, what a folder is, how to open File Explorer, how to create a new folder, how to rename a folder, how to delete a file, and what the recycling bin is. Don't worry if you feel completely lost, I'll go step by step. So let's start with the basics. What is a file? A file is simply something stored on your computer. For example, a photo, a document, a video, a song, a PDF. Think of a file like a piece of paper that contains information. For example, a Word document is a file, a picture is a file, even a spreadsheet is a file. Your computer stores thousands of files, so we need a way to organize them. That's where folders come in. Okay, so what is a folder? A folder is used to organize files. Think of it like a real life folder you keep documents in. For example, you might have folders called work, photos, school, personal, music. It could be anything. Inside those folders are the files related to them. Folders help keep everything neat and easy to find. Without the folders, your computer would be very messy. Right, what we're going to start off with is opening the File Explorer, and we're going to have a look at where the files and the folders stay. So let's start with the basics. What is a file? A file is simply something stored on your computer. For example, a photo, a document, a video, a song, a PDF. Think of a file like a piece of paper that contains information. For example, a Word document is a file, a picture is a file, even a spreadsheet is a file. Your computer stores thousands of files, so we need a way to organize them. That's where folders come in. Okay, so what is a folder? A folder is used to organize files. Think of it like a real life folder you keep documents in. For example, you might have folders called work, photos, school, personal, music. It could be anything. Inside those folders are the files related to them. Folders help keep everything neat and easy to find. Without the folders, your computer would be very messy. Right, what we're going to start off with is opening the File Explorer, and we're going to have a look at where the files and the folders stay. So how many of you remember what a taskbar is and where it is? Have a think about it. Right, I'll tell you. So the taskbar is at the bottom of your screen. So if you see this yellow folder here, it's called the File Explorer. What you do is you use a left click to click onto that and it opens up. Okay, mine was already open, but I wanted to demonstrate how to open it. That's fine. So on the left hand side, you will see the home button, you'll see gallery, you'll see a OneDrive, which we'll come to later on. You'll see the desktop. So if anybody can remember, if we scroll with, if we hover here onto the minimize button, we can left click minimize, and this is a desktop. And if you go back here to the folder, it will open up again. So that's the desktop. We're not going to have a look at it now. We'll have a look at it a bit later. So, and then it's the downloads. So with downloads, anything that gets downloaded onto your computer from the internet will come onto the download here. It could be a PDF file, it could be an image, it could be anything. Then you have documents where you store your documents as well. Then you have pictures, music, videos, and everything else. And if you can just take a focus onto this little pin button, that basically means that these are always going to be there and accessible because they're pinned to stay on the left hand side. So let's learn how to create a new folder. I'm just going to hover my mouse onto the left hand side where it says documents, and left click it once and only once. Okay. Now I've got a separate file that says my files on there. What we're going to learn today is how to basically create a new folder. Now this is where you can show off a little bit. You have to right click instead of left click. So you right click on the empty space and then you go down to new, and then you don't click anything and you just go onto the right hand side, follow it through, and you click on folder and it will open up the folders area. Now if you can see where it says new folder and it's highlighted in blue, when it's highlighted in blue it means it's ready to be typed over. So remember the backspace on the keyboard, we'll click the backspace and then we'll start typing. So we can put NAS beginner tech. Sorry about that. So then you press enter. So when you where your backspace is, you have the enter button underneath it. If you can't remember or you're new to my channel, if you go back to the first lesson, it will show you where the backspace button is and where the enter button is. So we just press enter and we just created a file, a folder. Now we'll type a name, so we'll rename it. So how to rename it is, if you go back here, you can see it's already highlighted. You right click once and you go to the top here and you left click once, only once. Then you put backspace again and we're going to type in again NAS beginner tech, and then you press enter. Instead of pressing enter, if you just move your mouse onto the space, it will automatically rename it. That's it. That's how you create a folder. Now if you want to learn how to delete a file, so if you click on it, you can literally press delete, which is on your keyboard, or you can right click it and you can go up here and press delete, and it eventually deletes it. I'm not sure why it's not deleting it though. There you go, it's deleted. It's a computer, something sometimes happens and it doesn't delete automatically and you have to do it once or twice, but it's now deleted. So I'm just going to show you one more time to do it in a different way. So if you can see here the plus button with the new, if you left click it, you can go down and create a folder. So that's the second way of doing it, which it might be a bit more simpler for you as beginners. Again, backspace, and then this time we'll just put NAS, N-A-Z, and we'll just press enter. Or if you want to, you can just hover here to the middle and left click and it will be typed up. And that's how you create a new folder. Okay, now we're just going to look at recycling bin and what it is. So for example, we have just deleted a folder. Now I'm just going to click here just once with my left click and I'm going to press delete and it will delete it. Now you think, oh, I deleted it by accident. How do I get it back? So if you minimize here, or we can do it this way. We'll go onto the desktop here, left click onto the desktop. Oh, can't see it. Let's minimize it. If I go into my desktop here, I've got the recycling bin. A lot of the times it will stay on your desktop. You double click it. Do you remember how to double click? Let's go back. Let's cross this. So we'll close it with a left click. And then you go over to recycling bin. If you press it once, it will not open. If you press it twice with the left hand one, it will open. This is a recycling bin. If you can see at the top of here, the bar here, it will say recycling bin. It means that anything that you have deleted will be stored in there for a couple of days and then you can delete it from there, or it will automatically get deleted. So I'm just going to click on here and then I'm going to press, so you can see a little bin, press delete, and then it'll ask you if you want to permanently delete it. I will click yes. At this point it's prompting you to make sure that you actually want to delete it. Click yes, so you left click and that one will delete. Now we'll try another way. We'll click once with a left click, then we'll right click on it and that's once again, and you press delete once with the left click. And then I ask you if you want to permanently delete it, and you click yes. That's it. That's all it is. So let's do a quick review of what we've learned today. So we've learned that a file stores information such as documents, photos, and videos. A folder is used to organize files. We've also learned how to open the File Explorer, which is also known as folders and documents, how to create a new folder, how to rename a folder, how to delete files, and use the recycling bin. These are some of the most important computer skills for beginners. In the next video, I'm going to show you something that many beginners struggle with: how to save a file properly. We'll practice saving a file step by step so you never lose your work. If this video has helped you, please don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with family and friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.